Hello, this is a board member invitation for D-SETI Institute. The D-SETI Institute stands for Dream Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, and it is a research organization built on the foundational hypotheses that we already have signal for extraterrestrial communications as expressed through the overwhelming testimony of reputable citizens. We have calculable probabilities for contact, which indicate that anyone can have extraterrestrial communication given lucid dream training. And we can have instantaneous communication with extraterrestrial intelligence based upon the non-local quality of the psi phenomenon as expressed through dreaming. So for more information, you can go to our website, dseti.org, or email me directly at daniel@dseti.org. So what is this invitation? I am inviting you to serve as a member of its advisory board. We want you to have a great time in a way that advances your own work. And we simply ask for about 10 hours per year. And that involves reading or watching the quarterly D-SETI reports, providing ad hoc advice at about 1 hour per quarter, and participating in panel discussions related to your domain of expertise. And that's about 2 hours per year for your domain. And you're invited to participate in the 5 other panels that will be happening at a quarterly basis per year. So again, that's about 10 hours per year I'm asking you to commit. So what is SETI? SETI is the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence. You are probably familiar with SETI. You may know already that it is based on the Drake equation, which calculates the probability for contact, and in its current form, it is incalculable. So SETI is built upon incalculable probabilities. It uses radio and light telescopes to detect signal or look for signal from extraterrestrial civilizations. It's detected 0 signals within 60 plus years of its existence. And it's also important to know that the dialogue between using radio telescopes would take generations to be meaningful, actually, or to have an actual exchange. It's received $10 million per year from the US government when it was part of NASA, and it now operates at an annual budget around $22 million a year. So what is D-SETI? D-SETI is the dream search for extraterrestrial intelligence. It uses psionic dreams to detect signal of extraterrestrial communication. Psionic dreams are simply psychic dreams, and the proof for psychic phenomena is actually beyond a reasonable doubt. This has been established by research based upon studies performed by the U.S. government that operationalized psi phenomena. So it's beyond a reasonable doubt. We have thousands of signals from reputable testimonies. D-SETI is based upon calculable probabilities from quantitative studies. This is really important. It's calculable probabilities. We're making estimates, and we want to build an organization to see if those estimates are accurate and what that means for our society. It's based on the notion that ET dialogue with extraterrestrial civilizations, can happen instantaneously through the non-local qualities of the psi phenomenon. But that means as soon as we are ready as a society to have this dialogue, it is possible. We are asking for $500,000 over 5 years, and that represents a total of 0.4% of the SETI operational budget. So this whole thing is grounded in inquiry. So the D-SETI comes up and out of my work with the book, A Greater Reality. This was a follow-up book to the Beyond UFO study. The Beyond UFO study is the only scientific statistical study about non-human intelligent contact and UFOs. And it showed that, wow, we live in a world that is post-materialist, meaning it's based in consciousness, that there are psionic things happening in connection with UFOs, and it looks to be like positive extraterrestrial interaction. These findings were then taken and elaborated into the CCRI, the Consciousness and Contact Research Institute, to produce this book, A Greater Reality. which has like 25 PhDs talking about different aspects. I was invited to provide a literature review for lucid dreams as a contact modality. And that basis in the literature review made me go, wow, this is really, truly a possibility. And this is our best chance, actually, to make contact with extraterrestrial intelligence. And there's a lot to say, but I'll keep this short so you can understand the nature of the invitation. The research I've done is elaborated through videos and papers that are presented on the D-SETI.org website. You can get to it at dseti.org/academic-research. And I've got a proposal. There's a video about it. There's also a PDF document for a research proposal for D-SETI. It's also based in an inquiry into the nature of UFO, UAP sightings, ET, non-human intelligent contact, and dreams. This work is also based on my work at the master's degree level from the California Institute of Integral Studies, where I produced a thesis paper called The Jungian Foundation for the Quantitative Analysis of Dreams and Other Psychical Phenomena. And finally, this is also informed by my professional practice in the ET contact field through hypnosis and dream work, which I've presented through an inquiry into alien abduction, missing time, hypnosis, and dreams. D-SETI, how does D-SETI work? Well, D-SETI focuses on 3 activities. One is the production of collective knowledge from dream reports through publication of content analysis studies. Second, through the publication of interpersonal dream experiences like dream sharing through storytelling or discussion circles, or lucid intent experiments. And that is a really huge point. If you want to know more, watch the video or read the research proposal. Third is the support of individual dream practices through education of dreamers and publication of dream work guides. These 3 activities are expressed through 6 projects. 1, it's an open data commons, which is a repository of dream and contact reports. 2, an open source analysis and API pipeline that for the content analysis of these reports, advanced search features, visualization. 3, through education and dream sharing online classes and dream sharing groups. 4, through the project of a mobile app for lucid dream experiments, which will deliver experiment instructions and collect dreams. 5 is through DreamWorks sessions and education. And 6 is through academic research and white papers and peer-reviewed articles through PhD work, and also in collaboration with hopefully CCRI. So all of these projects have are expressed through collaborating organizations. You've seen LightNet, Dreamwell, and Cosmic Dream Sanctuary. LightNet is a nonprofit. Dreamwell is a public benefit corporation. Cosmic Dream Sanctuary is my personal hypnosis practice. So these are projects actually happening in the world here and now today. So you can learn more at the dseti.org website. So how does D-SETI work? Well, we're inviting you to be a board member, so you need to know a little bit about its governance. It will unfold like a 501c3, and I'll talk a little bit about that, but it will have a board of directors that meets to establish policy and financial decisions annually and an as-needed basis. The directors will solicit, consider, and publish the advice and panel discussions of the Board of Advisors. And I'm really asking for you to be on the Board of Advisors here. So D-SETI will publish the meeting notes, reports, and panel discussion in a scheduled format. 1 annual policy meeting report. There's quarterly panel meetings, about 5 a year at a quarterly basis. You only have to participate in one that is related to your domain, but you're invited to participate in all of them if you'd like. And then we will produce 4 quarterly reports that summarize the D-SETI research, panel discussions, and policy. So how the meeting formats unfold is they'll be recorded, they'll be public, I'll do the video editing, they'll go up online, and then they'll also be transcribed so that you have a written report. 1 policy meeting, and then 5 adversarial panel meetings scheduled quarterly over the year. So there's 5 panels of within the Board of Advisors. You meet with your panel that is related to your domain. You're invited to participate in other panels. So that's essentially one meeting that you have to go to per year is what we're asking. So the organizational frameworks that we look to is generally, we are unincorporated right now, and that is pending board meeting discussions. We will likely be a US-based nonprofit 501c3. We look to the Open Data Commons license for the data repository. We look to the Creative Commons non-commercial attribution required license for the software being put forward. We look to the GDPR and CCPR privacy policies to ensure compliance with respecting user data, and we will look to the sociocratic meeting structures to help facilitate discussions and meetings. So who am I? Why am I founding this, right? I have a bachelor's in Western Liberal Arts, a master's degree in East-West Psychology from California Institute of Integral Studies, where I focused on dream work and especially quantitative dream work. Since I also have a certificate in hypnotherapy and depth hypnosis, certified in beyond quantum healing. So I'm actually working in the field of supporting people who have ET contact. I'm the technical co-founder of LightNet. I'm the chief dream officer of Dreamwell, the mobile app. I've contributed the Lucid Dreams as a contact modality chapter to CCRI's upcoming book, Greater Reality. And I have 5 years of experience leading web database application development focused on interactive data visualization. Who is D-SETI? Well, we'll have actually a role called the Advocate for Humanity that sits on every single advisory panel. So we understand that our work must adhere to the highest ethical standards and represent humanity. So we're creating a role for that. That's the Advocate for Humanity. It can be a different person. It can be a member of our community. And we envision that it will sort of flow during these meetings so that we can really hear a variety of perspectives to inform our advisory boards and also policy decisions. There will also be one advocate for extraterrestrials serving on one of the panels, the panel of ET contact. So here are the advisory panels. These people, so if you've received this invitation, you know who you are and that you are at one of the top levels of your domain. So just know that I have created roles for every single person that I here thinking of a specific person in mind. So just know that even though I'm not sharing the names of these people right now, that you can, you'll be in a peer group, a cohort similar to your stature. So we've got an operational panel that will include a Dreamwell representative, a LightNet representative. These are the public benefit and nonprofit corporations where the actual web technologies of the lucid dream experimentation and also the data repository and open source will live. We'll have a project manager, a press advisor, an advocate for humanity. Then in the panel of web technology, an open data advisor, a collective intelligence advisor, analysis pipeline advisor, a user advocate and data officer, and also the advocate for humanity. We'll have a panel about academics that will include my future PhD advisor, a representative from the CCRI Institute, a representative or someone holding the perspective of the International Association of the Study of Dreams, a technology, data, and humanity expert, a statistic expert, and an advocate for humanity. We'll have a dream studies panel that includes an expert in quantitative analysis, particularly content analysis, lucid dream experiment advisor, a dream work advisor, meaning someone who actively works with people in their dreams, and also an advocate for humanity. Then finally, we will have a panel regarding ET contact. So we'll have an advisor related to the CE5 or human-initiated contact experience. We'll have a hypnosis practitioner advisor. We'll have an experiencer representative, and this might change per each year per panel. We'll have a panel of humanity representatives, also an advocate for humanity, and then also an advocate for extraterrestrials. So we are seeking, how is it funded? We are seeking seed donations. So it's important to know that SETI received a budget of $10 million per year from the US government when it was in NASA. It operates now at $22 million a year. We are asking for a seed donation of $500,000 distributed over 5 years, which represents a 0.4% of SETI's operational budget. The financials are discussed in the D-SETI research proposal, and it will be used for accredited PhD work focused on ET contact through psionic dreams, development and hosting of a massive database of dreams through LightNet as an open data commons, the development of open source analysis pipelines based in natural language processing, AI, entity detection, and content analysis, again hosted through LightNet as an open source technology, the development of massive lucid intent experimentations through the mobile app Dreamwell. It will pay for the research into and publication of dream work best practices to seek for and establish contact with extraterrestrial intelligence through dreams. It will facilitate online dream groups for ET contact through psionic dreams, and it will also pay for fundraising efforts to establish a capital foundation of $15 million to build a research organization on par with Wikipedia or SETI. So that's really the goal. We will establish $15 million foundation that can take this research organization in perpetuity and sustain the open data commons and sustain the publications and sustain the open source technology indefinitely with a capital foundation of $15 million. And that's why we're seeking $500,000 now over the next 5 years. So thank you for your consideration. Please take a few moments to familiarize yourself with the research at dseti.org. You may ask me any questions through email. Once you accept your invitation, all you need to do is to provide ad hoc advice by answering your emails. So I'll send you an email, and that can be a 2-week cycle. It doesn't have to be very fast or urgent. It's a couple weeks, right? That's all I'm asking for. I ask that you'd read or watch the D-SETI reports as they come out. And then finally, to show up to your annual advisory panel. And this is something I'll schedule with you. So the timeline for D-SETI is in 2022. This year, we're going to establish the institute, establish the working plans for the PhD research, to complete the Open Data Commons Analysis API and automated content analysis reports at a MVP level. We have prototypes, and we are actively working with a development firm to do this. So it is not pie in the sky. This is actually boots on the ground. We're going to design the massive lucid intent experiment and also produce DreamWork white papers as well as the annual and quarterly reports. 2023 will kick off the PhD research by publishing one of the papers. We'll do an update of the Dreamwell app to actually facilitate that massive lucid intent contact experiment. Produce more white papers and reports, and then it keeps going pretty much like that until about 2025. That's 3 years from now, when I start doing dissertation research. We'll also start doing a capital fundraising campaign where we'll bring forward the research that we've discovered in the seed initial phase and actually build a world-class research institution based on that. And then in 2026, that's when we will shift from sort of research, exploration, seed level work, and bring this up into a world-class research organization. So thank you for being here. Thank you for your consideration. You can reach me at daniel@dseti.org or learn more at www.dseti.org. So once again, I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for considering working with me. I really do want the engagement we have to be one that is fun, that is mutually beneficial, that will move you to the next level of your dream practice or connection. If you're curious about extraterrestrial intelligence, if you're curious about dreams, if you just want to see this happen, I'm really glad that you're willing to participate. Just know that you actually don't have to have psionic dreams with ETs to be part of this organization, that your perspective is really invited to be expressed through the advisory boards that will come into policy decisions and things like that. So this is an incredible opportunity to really help this planet. So you see this image of our beautiful blue planet, right? And it is hurting right now. It is hurting right now because people are not connected with the truth of their own being, with their hearts. It is hurting right now because we have denied our deeper capacities as psychic beings. And so we may even have a psychical impression from the earth that she is hurting, that there's communication there. And so even opening up to the psychical nature of her dreams and the capacity to reach out and communicate with other intelligences is actually building the capacities for us to shift our worldview and our way of being in this world. And that actually can be of benefit, right? Our patterns of behavior will change. This is what we see actually when we work with dreams. It goes to healing, insight, and transformation. Dreams are literally a source of inspiration that has changed the world. We've got dreams that inspire Nobel Prize winning discoveries come directly from dreams, right? The entire scientific method arises out of the dreams of René Descartes. So what might we expect if we open up to dream contact with extraterrestrial intelligences? And I say we can expect a healing, transformation, and insight that arise at a massive scale that we've never seen before, and that everyone has to participate in order to make meaning from that, because that actually participation is one of the ethical principles of dream work. And so that's what I'm inviting you to do. Thank you so much for your consideration and time. Please do contact me if you have any questions, and I hope to see you on the D-SETI advisory board meetings. And so with that, may you dream well.